Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in on tonight's session. And happy Wednesday. Well, it's about to come to an end, but I hope that whoever is supposed to be on the meeting tonight is here, and whoever is supposed to be here and they are not here, please remind them to join in. We are going to start in the next 3 minutes. Remind whoever is supposed to be in the meeting to join in. We will start in the next 3 minutes. Let us just go and remind those that are supposed to be here to join in. You do not want to miss this session. And we've got an amazing guest who's going to share her journey with us later. So let us remind those that are supposed to be here to join in. It is now 2 minutes after 8. We are going to start at exactly 8:05. Okay, good evening, everyone. It is now exactly 5 minutes after 8. So we are going to start. I was just waiting for more people to come in. So I would personally love to welcome all of you to tonight's session. My name is Khumo Mwase, and I will be your host this evening. The business opportunity that I'll be sharing with all of you is something that I started 10 years ago. So you are going to be listening to someone who has been in the business for the last 10 years. And I'm here to tell you that what I'm going to be sharing with you, when built correctly and built consistently, and you are committed to building it, it is something that is very sustainable. I am a scientist by profession. However, I left my science career exactly 9 years ago to build this business full time. So not to waste any more time, I just want to ask all of you to just do a quick reflection as you agreed to be part of this meeting. I want to ask you this question. What matters the most to you right now at this moment? We are in 2026. It's a new year. And maybe there were things that you wanted to achieve last year in 2025 or the year before or in the past. We are now in the new year. And I want you to reflect on what matters the most to you. Perhaps it is the secured future of your family, your children. Maybe it is a secured pension fund for you after you retire. Maybe you value traveling, building relationships, or maybe you are just here and saying, Khumo, my car is literally breaking down. And if I can just buy that brand new car, that is what currently matters the most to me right now. I don't know what matters to you the most. And I can see other people are saying, my kids, I love traveling, you know. We all have different things that we want, that we value, and it is important for you to know, because you'll see how when you get into the business, I never want you for a second to forget what matters the most to you. I never want you for a second to start comparing your journey with other people's journeys in the business. I never want you for a second to lose focus. What I can tell you is, if you really work the system, the business can help you achieve what matters the most to you. I've been saying this business, this business, this business. Maybe you're asking yourself, Khumo, what business are you talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a forever living business opportunity that I'm about to share with you. Now, a quick history about the business, and that is something that made me decide to start the business 10 years ago when I did. I loved the fact that it was not a fly by night. You know, it was founded in 1978, and we are now in 2026. The company is turning 48 years old this year. If you can think about it, what global crisis has taken place in the last 48 years that could have really made this business collapse? I mean, the recent global crisis that we had was in 2020, when we had COVID-19. How many businesses at the top of your head can you think of right now that didn't survive COVID? How many businesses at the top of your head right now that you can think about that are still trying to pick up post COVID? But I can tell you right now, Forever has withstood the test of time, and it's been there for all these years, and it has still been growing strong 48 years later. And that for me was a tick to say, you know what, this is definitely a company that I can partner with. This is definitely a business venture that I can invest my time in. And our head offices are in Scottsdale, Arizona, in the USA. The company also owns the Aloe vera farms in the Dominican Republic and in Dallas, Texas. What does that mean to you that is attending this business presentation? It simply says that the company doesn't outsource. They don't have to depend on people to provide them with the aloes. Literally, they own everything. And that is definitely a company that you would want to partner with, because they are in control of what they do. They are not outsourcing, they're not relying on the next party to get what they need to get so that the products can get to the distributors. We also distribute these products in more than 140 countries. Again, what does that mean for you in this meeting tonight? It simply means that you can introduce people from different countries and start looking at building your business globally. Now, let me tell you, the nice thing about building your business globally is that you start earning in different currencies. And if the currency where you are building is stronger than the currency of the country where you live, believe me, it's nice money. I have business in the UK, but I've never touched ground. I've never touched, my feet have never touched the UK, you know. So I'm just trying to say, but I earn in pounds as well. I'm just trying to say to you, you can unlock different currencies without having to go to that countries, just by working with people virtually. So this is actually a business of the 21st century. The company is also debt-free and family-owned. What I love about the fact that it's debt-free, ladies and gentlemen, it shows you the financial standing of the company. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and hear that the company is liquidated. They can't pay you for the work that you've put in. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and find the instability of the company. So that is also what gave me an assurance. And I want to say that I am sharing all of this with you so that you note it down, because these are some of the important things that you need to know about a company that you are considering partnering with. Now, behind this amazing and successful company that has been in existence for 48 years, there is such an amazing management. And we've got our executives of Forever Living. We've got Mr. Greg Mon, who is actually the founder of this. He's the son of the founder of Forever Living. And we also have the president of Forever Living, Mr. Aiden O'Hare. We also have the executive vice president of sales and technology, Mr. Garen Brainholt. We also have the vice president of Forever Living Africa, Mr. Jean-Baptiste Amishia. And we, of course, have our amazing, beautiful country sales manager for Forever Living Southern Africa. Now, if you are joining us tonight from South Africa, Namibia, Swaziland, Lesotho, Botswana, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Angola, just know that this is the beautiful face that is leading these countries. And I must tell you, when they say the future is female, this woman right here is definitely a true example of that. She's doing amazing, leading us. We are unleashing our own potentials in this business because of this amazing woman. She is an engineer by profession, but she's no longer working as an engineer. She's now a Forever Living business owner. But apart from that, she is our country sales manager. And what is different with Forever Living, apart from other companies that you might know, maybe you've attended other network marketing business opportunity meetings. I don't know anything about them. I've never even taken time to know anything about them, because when I got into Forever Living, it was the first network marketing business I ever did, and it was the only one that I was ever interested in. So I'm going to tell you about Forever Living. So we are 47 years old, currently turning 48 actually, and still growing strong. In Southern Africa, we are 30 years. Imagine 47 years of changing lives globally and 30 years of changing life in Southern Africa. So when I joined Forever Living in Southern Africa, Forever Living was 20 years old, ladies and gentlemen. And in terms of the quality of the products, I must tell you that you have absolutely nothing to worry about when it comes to the quality, because also we are the largest grower and manufacturer of the aloe vera products. I did mention that the company owns the aloe vera farms, and our products were also the first, our aloe products were the first to receive the International Aloe Science Council seal of approval. And our products are also declared, or rather certified, organic by the Department of Agriculture in the USA. Why the Department of Agriculture in the USA? That is because that's where the company originates from. And also our products feature the kosher and the halal seal of approval. That means they can be consumed by Muslims. That means that if you are also thinking of building business in Muslim countries, you most definitely can do that. And Forever does not test its products on animals. So if you are here and you are anti-animal cruelty, I want to assure you and say our business definitely, or our products rather, will definitely be something appealing to you. And we are also part of the Direct Selling Association. After this meeting, I want you to go on Google and type Direct Selling Association South Africa, and then you will see on the website the network marketing companies that are part of the Direct Selling Association. So what we do as distributors is that we are direct sellers. Now, as distributors, we are protected by the Direct Selling Association, but also even our customers are protected by the Direct Selling Association. And I'm just sharing all this information to say to you, Forever is doing all of this right and correctly. Now, as I mentioned that the company owns the aloe vera farm, I just want to say to you that what I most admire as well is that as a distributor of these amazing products, all I have to do is to distribute the product, literally from plant to up until to the actual product itself. The company takes care of it. As a person becoming a forever living business owner, you do not have to worry about all the manufacturing, all the testing, all the packaging, all of these things. I come across a lot of people saying, I want to own my own thing. Or a lot of people still saying to me, Khumo, why don't you own your own thing? I want to say there's a lot of cost involved in owning your own thing. So for me, if it means I can successfully build a thriving business and I don't have to worry about overhead costs, I absolutely forever is definitely that. So from the plant to the product up until it gets to you, Forever Living owns everything, does everything. So this is what we call a vertically integrated company. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, you might be there in the meeting and saying, oh, I know Aloe, Khumo, but other people like saying Aloe gives them diarrhea. Oh, Aloe is harsh on the kidneys. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, the good stuff is actually found in the inner leaf gel. So what people do when they consume Aloe is that, if you take it from your backyard, you also include the green stuff that is very harsh on you, on your kidneys, on your digestive system, causes diarrhea. So what Forever Living does is that they carefully hand fillet the inner leaf gel, and that is what we consume, ladies and gentlemen. We are also the largest grower of aloe vera in the world. And I want to say to you, I mentioned about you getting aloe vera from your backyard. As a person that's from the agricultural science background, there are actually a lot of aloe vera species in the world, different types of aloe veras in the world. And let me tell you, not all of them are safe for human consumption, first of all. Now, your aloe in your backyard, how sure are you that it's safe for human consumption? And on top of that, out of all the aloe veras, different varieties, there's actually literally less than 3 that are consumable to human. And out of these ones that are consumable to human, ours is the right variety. And why am I saying it's the right variety? That is because it is the most nutritionally valuable variety out of all the ones that are consumable to human. And our aloe is called Aloe babadensis miller. And no, ladies and gentlemen, it does not originate in Southern Africa. So definitely you don't have this one in your backyard. It is hand harvested as well. This ensures that the leaf is perfect and it's not damaged. As I mentioned, that the good stuff is found inside the aloe leaf itself. So what they do in Forever Living is that they hand fillet the aloe itself to remove the greener outer part, just so that we've got that pure, potent inner leaf gel, ladies and gentlemen. Our aloes are also carefully nurtured, so they produce leaves for up to 5 years. And this shows you really just the longevity and the sustainability of it all. Now, I've just shared with you the behind the scenes of the product itself. So you are probably asking yourself, what do we do at Forever? Let me tell you what we do at Forever Living. If you are going to come in and become a distributor, that means you are going to sell these products and make money from this finished product, that you don't have to worry about. Like I said, you don't have to worry about the packaging, all of that. You just have a finished product that you are going to distribute. But the best way to sell something is to use it, because when you are using it, it builds belief in the product and you are able to confidently talk about it. So the first thing that we do as distributors is that we use the products. We are our own best customers. The second thing that is expected of you as a distributor, if you want to make it in the business, is that you need to talk to people about your experience of the product and the benefits. And that is how you are going to build your regular customer base. We always say that if you want a good, sustainable, forever living business, make sure you develop 20 to 30 regular customers. Now, these regular customers do not happen overnight, ladies and gentlemen, but they happen as you are taking care of your customers. They happen as you are doing follow-ups. They happen as you give your customers love. But let me tell you, You might be there and saying, Khumo, you are telling me about developing 20 to 30 regular customers. I have never sold anything in my life. I am here to say to you, 10 years ago when I started Forever Living, I had never sold anything in my life. What I love about this business is that there's coaching, there's support, there is business building activities that you're going to come in and just plug into. So there is a system already in place for you. You're not going to come in and do a trial and error and test. No, here you're going to come in and plug into an already existing system. All you need to do is to be willing to learn and have the desire to put in the work in the business so that you can get the success that you want. Now, as you are developing your regular customers, you are also going to talk to people about the business opportunity. And as these people you are telling about the business opportunity, as they become part of your team, part of the distributors in your team, you will now coach them to do exactly what you are doing, which is for them to build a regular customer base and for them to also introduce other distributors. You might also be there and saying, Khumo, introducing distributors, you're actually saying recruitment. A lot of people, when they start hearing recruiting into businesses, they run away thinking that it's a Ponzi scheme, it's a pyramid scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no pyramid scheme that would last for over 47 years, first of all. And secondly, the reason why you are introducing people into the business, other distributors, it is so that together you can distribute more products. If you are able to distribute 40 products on your own per month, when you introduce other people, it now means combined you will be distributing 80 products. So the whole idea of introducing distributors or introducing other people, it is so that together you can distribute more products. The more products you distribute, the more money everybody gets to make. The more money you get to make, the more money your distributors, the more products your distributors distributes, the more money they also get to make. Now, you might be here and saying, Khumo, we hear you. You're talking about consuming products. You are talking about being my own best customer and developing a customer base. What products are those? I am here to tell you that the products that we have are actually appealing to everyone. You know, for me, one of the other reasons that I said yes to Forever Living, even though I didn't know how to talk to people, even though I didn't know how to sell, even though I wasn't confident in myself, one of the reasons that made me say yes was the fact that I was going to be selling products. I mean, everybody's familiar with aloe vera. Everybody knows aloe. We have your omega-3, for an example, that we call Arctic Sea. Everybody knows omega-3. I mean, sure, you get omega-3 from fish, but how often do you eat fish? That is where nutritional supplements come in, so you can bridge those nutritional gaps because we don't eat correctly as people. But what gave me the confidence to say yes to Forever Living was the fact that these are consumable products, and not only consumable, but they are essentials. You know, the essential part also made it relevant for us during COVID, because during COVID, our business was regarded as an essential. So when you start a business, you want to analyze all these things. Ask yourself, is the product consumable? Is it an essential? Because if it's an essential, it means you're going to have repeat customers. And also you need to, you know, what I also love about this is the fact that our products are appealing to everyone, from children all the way to the elderly. So it's not just a specific target market, it's literally for everyone. So this also makes it nice because everyone around you is your potential customer. And this is to say to you, should you say yes to this amazing business opportunity, you would be in the right marketplace, because globally, especially after COVID, people are now more aware of the need of vitamins and supplements, you know. So globally, people are spending over 194 billion US dollars on vitamins and supplements. And guess what? In Forever Living, we've got vitamins and supplements. On weight management products globally, people are spending over 586 billion US dollars. Guess what? We've got weight management products in Forever Living. Sports nutrition, people are spending over 28 billion US dollars on sports nutrition products. And guess what? We've got that in Forever Living. In skincare, people are spending over 315 billion US dollars on skincare products. We've got that in Forever Living. This is just to say that we've got a share in all these categories where people are spending money in. We've got products all over there. And you know what? Forever Living products, the quality is absolutely unmatched. So this is an industry with sales worth over 4 trillion US dollars globally. In case you are here and you are assessing and asking yourself, is this something that is feasible in the next 10 years? Is this something that I can still do in the next 10 years? Would this still be desirable? I'm here to say to you, I'm 10 years in the business. 10 years ago, when I started Forever Living, the products were essentials. 10 years later, the products were still essentials. There are people probably in this meeting that have been in the business for even over 20 years. And 20 years ago, when they started, the products were essentials. 20 years later, they still are. My point is, for as long as you continue talking to people about the products and the business opportunity, you will never run out of business. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I've mentioned, this is a network marketing business opportunity. We are distributing products. By network marketing, I mean we introduce other distributors, other people to also become distributors like us. So we are a network of people that are distributing these high quality products. And people become part of the business because number one, they want to make an extra income. Number two, they just want a business community where they can belong, work on their personal growth, be able to talk to people. Others come in for flexibility because they want to own their time. Others come in because they want to get the products at a discount price. But ladies and gentlemen, what Forever Living is not is that it's not a job. This simply means that you cannot buy your products and sit with your products and expect them to sell themselves and expect to make money in the business without putting in the work. The reason I'm saying this is because as a person that was previously employed, I know there were weeks where I would be unproductive at my place of employment, but still get paid at the end of the month. I know whether I stay off work for whatever period, month end, my salary comes. But it's a fixed salary. Whereas at Forever Living, ladies and gentlemen, if you put in the work, I'm also here to tell you that your income is not fixed. I'm also here to tell you that should you not put in the work, then you will not be able to make the income that you desire. So the income is unlimited. It is effort-based. What I can tell you is, when you are putting in the efforts, the money is also nice. So when you come into the business, you don't need to understand the business. You are just going to come in, like I said, when I started 10 years ago, I didn't understand. There's a simple system that you are going to plug into as you start the business opportunity. But I want you to know why you are starting this business, because that reason is going to be what pushes you on days where you feel like things are not smooth, on days where you feel like you want to give up. Your reason for starting will push you. That's why it's important to know why you are starting. And I'm mentioning how it's not an easy journey. Forever, I will not be here and lie to you and say Forever Living is an easy business. It's not an easy business, but it's more of a mental business. It requires you to have a strong mental strength. I promise you, in life, and not just in Forever Living, if you've got a solid mental strength, you can overcome anything. You can overcome any difficulty if your mindset is strong. And that's another thing that I love about Forever Living, is that the trainings also help you build your mental strength capacity. So, ladies and gentlemen, knowing your why is one of the things that is going to help you put in the work in your business. Now, once you know your why, there's a simple system that you are going to follow, which you will get to know about when we onboard you into the business. Once you've decided, when you also sit with the person that has brought you into the business and they explain further in details. So, ladies and gentlemen, how do you start this amazing business? The first step is that there's no joining fee. You join by buying products. These products, you get them at a discount price. When you sell these products, your money comes back with profit. So tell me, where is the risk in all of this? It's not like you are taking out money and you don't know where your money is going. and you don't know if your money will ever come back. Look, even if you decide that you are buying the products and you are starting the business, even if it takes you 6 months to sell the products, the minute you start selling one product, your money starts coming back. So I love the fact that, your box is given at a discounted rate. The minute you sell it out, your money's back. And I'm saying 6 months, but let me tell you, this is just an exaggerated example. People come in and sell products in 5 days. Others come in, sell them in a month. It took me over a month to sell my products, almost 2 months, but I sold them all and my money came back. But even though it took me longer than other people, I still sold my products. So you join by buying products, you accumulate the points. So every product that you buy comes with points. These points, we call them case credits. In short, we say CC. So for you to become a full member, you accumulate two CCs by purchasing that business strategy combo that you are seeing on your screen right now. And in our business, the success factor is doing sales, volume of sales worth 4 case credits every month. Now, this volume of sales can include your personal sales and the people that you are recruiting into the business. The reason why you would want to be 4 case credit active is because this is the key to unlocking the full potential in our compensation plan. We call it a marketing plan, but I'm going to say compensation because the word compensation is what people are familiar with, because even in the workplace, there's a word compensation. So doing 4 case credits helps you unlock the full potential of our compensation plan. Another option of being part of the business is that other people come in and say, you know what? I don't want to sell the products. I just want to use the products. You can join the business to just be a consumer of the products because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, your health should be one of the things that matter the most to you, because if you're not healthy, you're not going to be useful to yourself. You're not going to be useful to your family. You're not going to be useful to your employer. So you need to take care of your health. So if it's anything after this session, if there's something you must take away with you, is that if you're not going to join to at least recommend products, then join to consume the products because your health matters. As I mentioned earlier, we work according to points in our business. These points, we call them case credits. The reason why Forever Living doesn't attach country currencies to products is because we are a global business. So whether you've bought 2 case credits worth of products in South Africa, or you bought them in Namibia, you bought them in the UK, you bought them in Nigeria, in whichever country, we bought them at different prices. Okay, Namibia and South Africa, the exchange rate is the same. But other countries, we bought the 2 case credits worth of products at different prices, but the 2 case credits is the same everywhere. It doesn't matter how much we bought it for. Now, the reason why they work according to these case credits is to standardize things. So 2 case credits is the same everywhere. So whatever case credits that you buy, they are equivalent globally. And as I mentioned, the success factor of unlocking the full potential of our compensation plan is doing 4 case credits a month. And how do you do it? Through buying products for personal use. I did say in the beginning that you need to use the product so you can build belief in the product and be able to recommend them to other people. So you're going to buy products for personal use. If there's a certain toothpaste that you are using, you're going to change it and start using ours. So your products from home, you're going to change them and start using ours. That's going to be your personal use products, and not only for hygiene and for body care, but also for your own health in terms of consuming these nutritional supplements. Because like I mentioned earlier, we don't eat correctly. Our bodies are not getting the nutrients that we require. So it's very important for us to bridge those nutritional gaps. So through using the products, as you are using the products, you are also going to sell them to other people. As I mentioned, you need to develop 20 to 30 regular customers. This is something that won't happen overnight, but as you take care of your customers and as you are talking to people and asking for referrals as well, this is going to happen. Also, as you are introducing other distributors into the business, That is how you successfully manage to do your 4K credits a month. Now, I want to show you in terms of South African rents, how much 4K credits can give you when you retail it. When you sell one bottle of aloe vera, I'm going to use aloe vera as an example. When you sell one bottle of aloe vera, your profit is 175 rands, meaning when you sell 10 of those, your profit is just over 1,750 rands. Ladies and gentlemen, an extra 1,750 rands is a lot. Imagine doing this per week. In 5 days, you're selling 2 bottles a day. In 5 days, you've sold 10 bottles. In your pocket, you've got 1,751. Let me tell you, there was once a time in my life where I wish I had an extra 1,000 rands because I had no petrol to go to work. I had no money for electricity. I had no money to buy bread. I had no money to send for my child home that was staying with my parents. So I know an extra 1,000 rands goes a long way, but imagine making this a week. If you do this weekly, by the end of the month, on the 4th week, in your pocket, you've made yourself 7,000 rands just by selling 2 bottles of aloe veras a day, Monday to Friday. In 20 days, which is in a month, ladies and gentlemen, you would have made profit of over 7,000 rands. 7,000 rands. If your bond is currently 7,000 rands and you are paying 7,000 rands for your bond, you can start paying double for your bond and finish it off quickly. If your salary at work is 13,000 rands and your desire is to earn 20,000 rands at work and your employer is not giving you that, you can make the 7,000 rands as an extra income from Forever Living, and voila, you've got your 20,000 rands, which is your dream salary. But I'm here to say to you, 7,000 rands goes a very long way. And when you recruit one person into the business to say, hey, I sell 40 bottles of aloe vera gel a month and I make myself profit of 7,000 rands. If you come into the business and I teach you to do the same thing, so you can also make your 7,000 rands, the person comes in and says, hey, I'm looking for an extra 5,000. So if you can show me how to make 7,000, definitely I am in. When that person comes into the business and buys the Starter Journey combo, the company says, if it wasn't for you, this person wouldn't buy products from us for their own business. Therefore, we are going to give you what we call a recruitment bonus. I always use an example to say, think of someone that is buying, let's say you are buying something from Macro to resell at your small, we call it spaza shop in South Africa. I don't know in other countries. You are buying at Macro to resell at your spaza shop, and you tell someone else in another village to say, I'm buying at Macro to resell. You can also go to Macro to buy and resell. This is what I'm buying at Macro. I'm buying for this much. I'm reselling it for this much, and I'm making this much profit. When that person goes to Macro to stock up and resell at their spaza shop, Macro doesn't know you. Macro gives you absolutely nothing. That person is happy. They're making their profit every month. They tell other people also start buying for Macro. Macro is benefiting. You've brought Macro business, but you are not getting anything from that. But Forever Living says, you've brought Khumo into the business. Therefore, we will give you a recruitment bonus. And guess what? It will not end there. For as long as Khumo is actively buying from us as Forever Living, we will continue sharing a certain percentage with you as a commission. Now, imagine if you introduced a lot of distributors and they also introduce distributors. What is nice is that you are not only benefiting as you grow, which I'll share later, you're not only benefiting from distributors you've brought yourself, but from other distributors that were brought by other distributors. But in this instance, you are getting paid a recruitment bonus for every distributor that you bring in. And on top of that, Forever Living says, wow, you did 4K credits that actually unlocks your income and allows you to benefit on our compensation plan. We are going to pay you an extra boost bonus to say, well done on reaching the requirement that Forever Living is asking you to do in terms of the volume of sales in your business. So, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to say the 4K credits, if you just want to make 1,700 rands per month as your profit, don't be discouraged discouraged and say, oh, then it means I can't do 4 case credits, therefore I can't be part of the business. If your goal is 1,700, you can sell 10 bottles of Aloe in a month, make your 1,700. It's okay. We have different goals, different needs, different desires in the business. And I also want to show you how that the more case credits you do, meaning the more volume of sales you do, the higher your income. When you sell 60 bottles a month, ladies and gentlemen, which can be translated into 14 bottles a week, which can further be 2 bottles a day, Monday to Sunday. By the end of the month, you would have made over 10,500 rands worth of profit. If you've currently bought, if you've got a bond that you are paying, maybe you got it at Prime. I think Prime now is just over about 10.1% the last time I checked. If you got it at Prime, maybe it means your bond is also plus minus 10,000 rands somewhere there. This 10,000 rands can actually go towards your bond, ladies and gentlemen. If you are looking at investing in properties, you can even just save money and even buy yourself investment properties with an extra income that you are making from the business. But I'm just saying to all of you that selling can actually make you that desired extra income. Or maybe you are currently earning 20,000 at work and your desired salary is that 30,000. You can sell 60 bottles a month and you've got your 30,000 rands. When you introduce 2 other people and you show them how you are making the 10,000, you say, I'm making 10,000. If you can also come into the business, I'll teach you to do that. When I buy my combo to start the business and someone else buys the 2 people you are introducing on top of the 10,000 profit you've made, keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. This 10,500 you are making, it's before you are even recruiting anyone into the business. And that's why I am saying to you, you don't, in pyramid schemes, for you to make money, you need to recruit and heavily recruit. Here, if you don't want to introduce other distributors, you can just make yourself 10,000 rands a month from selling, and that's okay. You don't have to recruit anyone to make this 10,000. You can make it from selling, ladies and gentlemen. But when you do introduce people, that's when you get to unlock other incentives that we have in our marketing plan. But by introducing 2 people, you will get paid 3,386. On top of that, your boost bonus increases to over 2,200 rands. In total, in 1 month, ladies and gentlemen, you would have made over 16,000 rands. Now, currently, if you are looking for that extra 16,000 rands, I've just shown you how you can make it. Now, this method, ladies and gentlemen, guaranteed, if you follow this step as it is, guaranteed, you would have made that yourself that 16,000 rands at the lower level of being in our business as an assistant supervisor. Now, this is how our marketing plan looks, or compensation plan, whichever way you want to call it. When you buy the products, all of us, our products, the first stock you get at 5% discount. So your first purchase when you are starting the business, you are what we call a preferred customer. But if you've bought that Start Your Journey combo, immediately you become an assistant supervisor. So your first stock you got at 5% discount, but your next purchase going forward, until you remain until you move to the next level from assistant supervisor, you continue buying your products at 30% discount. For every person that you recruit, you get paid the recruitment bonus, which is 25% of what they buy with, and you also get the boost bonus. The next level that we have is supervisor level that requires you to do 10 case credits in 1 month. The level after that is assistant manager level that requires you to do 60 case credits. Ladies and gentlemen, though, from supervisor level going forward, these case credits you accumulate with a team. So when you've brought Khumo into the business, Khumo has also brought someone into the business. When we retail our products and also introduce people, when we accumulate those case credits, you also get those case credits because we are part of your team. And that's how you get to grow in the business. Now, when you hear case credits, think products. When you think products that you are selling, products that you are using for personal use, and products that people that you are recruiting are also buying as they join the business, and that their recruits are also buying. So those case credits are cumulative. That is what helps you grow in the business. And you'll see as you are growing in the business, you are buying at even higher discounts. You are unlocking also what we call team building volume bonus. That means that you also get to earn a certain percentage from the sales of your team members. And these certain percentages depend on the level that you are in. You'll see with every level, the percentages increase. This simply tells you that you have to get to manager level, because at manager level, you are buying at even higher discounts. And at manager level, you are getting even higher percentages in terms of your team building volume bonus. So manager level is definitely the place to be. And once you become a manager, ladies and gentlemen, you also start raising managers in your team. And let me tell you, leadership income is nice. When you hear someone saying they're earning over 100,000, disclaimer, the income is effort-based. But I'm just trying to tell you, sometimes maybe you'd hear someone telling you figures that really sound unrealistic and too good to be true. Just know that that person has leadership income. And I can tell you, when you are raising managers in your team, it means you are changing lives, because you've actually helped someone make a great monthly income from the business if they are working hard and building their business. And Forever Living highly rewards you for that great impact. So for every manager that you produce under you, who is someone that you brought directly into the business yourself, you get paid 6% of their sales. 6%, ladies and gentlemen, is a lot of money, because sometimes you get people selling volume sales of a lot. And imagine 6% of a lot of volume sales. Now, I'm gonna make an example. Imagine someone with their team selling products worth over 350,000 rands. And imagine getting paid 6% of 350,000 rands. That's a lot of money. Now, and that's just an example. So your first generation is someone that you introduce into the business yourself. Your second generation was introduced into the business by your first generation, and your third generation was introduced into the business by your second generation. So you get paid up to your third generation manager. Now, imagine being a manager with multiple different generation managers in your team. Ladies and gentlemen, that income is nice. I promise you that income is unmatched. All you have to do is to tell yourself that when you are coming into the business, you are going to focus on making impact and changing people's lives, because as you do that, that is how your income is going to come. Now, we also have these incentives that are, apart from this good income that I've just told you about, we've got the incentives that come with making impact, changing people's lives. And the first one that I want to talk about is called a Forever to Drive incentive. This is where you are able to buy a car of your dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker is going to share that with you. But let me show you some of the people that have successfully managed to buy their dream cars through this amazing incentive. We've got Zenkosi from Western Cape. We've got Nangamanaka Shidinge from Namibia. See how these are people from two different countries. All of them ticked their goals through the same business opportunity from different countries. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have men in the business, so if you are here with a misconception that this is a business for women, you are wrong. Look at Mr. Temba Bala, who used to be a security guard, and now he's a successful Forever Living business owner. And look at the car that he bought for himself. We also have Namhla Tati, who used to be an engineer. Well, she is still an engineer because she's got the qualifications. It's just that she's building her Forever Living business full-time. And she's bought I don't even know. I think it's not pronounced a Porsche. I think they call it a Porsche. But you can correct me there on the comment section. Other people will say, while you are learning how to pronounce it, I will drive it, or while you are correcting me, I will drive it. So she's driving a Porsche. We also have Tamara from the Eastern Cape. She bought a Mercedes-Benz GLE through this amazing business. Actually, I think I saw her commenting. Tamara, you can just say hi, so that people can see you are real and you exist. I think she is in the meeting. I saw one of her comments. We also have Duna Rabai, all the way from Botswana, who also bought her dream car through this amazing car plan. Now, our car plan, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to buy yourself a car. You can do whatever you want to do with the money. They give you money monthly on top of what you are earning. You can decide what you want to do. We've got 3 levels. We've got level 1 up to level 3. Now, this car plan is valid for 36 months, meaning for 3 years. And when your 3 years ends, you can requalify, provided you are committed and consistent and still changing lives and still building your business. Now, level 1, they give you 7,000 rands per month for 36 months. However, you can qualify for level 2 while you are on level 1. Should you qualify for level 2 while you are on level 1, your level 1 stops and you start level 2, and your 36 months starts from the beginning with level 2. The same with level 3. And you remain on that level for 36 months. Like I said, if you are committed and consistent and making impact and changing lives, you requalify. So you can actually be in the business and requalify for this car plan every 36 months for as long as you continue putting in the work, ladies and gentlemen, because everything we do here is effort-based. That's why I said it's not a job, but it's so rewarding when you're putting in the work. If you love traveling, type travel there on the comment section. I am here to tell you that if you are changing lives, you can travel for free with Forever Living, because when you are helping other people to become successful, it means that you are accumulating enough case credits, enough volume of sales in your team monthly to qualify you for these amazing incentives. And the people that you are seeing on your screen right now, these are people that have traveled through Forever Living. Some of these people had never traveled in their lives until they joined Forever Living, And the nice thing with our travel incentives is that you get to travel with a partner of your choice, all expenses paid for both of you. Now, isn't that amazing? So we've got our trips are divided into categories. We've got the global rally that happens every year in April. This year, it's happening in April in Dubai. We are praying for what is currently happening in Dubai. Let us have empathy with what is happening. Let us pray for everything to just end, but nonetheless, our company is taking us to Dubai in April this year. People that have qualified are going on an all expenses paid for trip with the partners of their choices, and they will also get pocket money. This qualification period is from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. Currently now, for next year, everyone is working. Like I mentioned, it's Hong Kong that is happening on the 21st to the 26th of April. The qualification period ended last year, but currently, right now, everyone is working towards going to Dubai, now Hong Kong next year, and the qualification period is ending in December. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, I know some of the people that were not that had just started the business this time last year, but by the end of the year, they qualified for Dubai. I'm here saying to you, you can also come in, have a crazy work ethic, work the business, and you can qualify for Hong Kong. This is just me saying you are not limited to what you can qualify for. I'm not going to play the video for the sake of time. And we also have the level up incentive. This one is where the qualifiers get to visit the Aloe Vera farm in the Dominican Republic. Our next speaker, the guest speaker, is going to share her experience with you regarding this. But this is where the qualifiers visit them, the Dominican Republic, the Aloe Vera farms. As you can see, some of the qualifiers on this slide that were at the Dominican Republic last month, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also not going to play a video for the sake of time. I'm also not going to share the requirements, because you'll get to learn all of this when you are in the business. Now, ladies and gentlemen, no showing. Okay, I don't know what no showing means. I wanted to show you people that qualified for Dubai. Again, for the sake of time, I'm not going to read their names, but this is just to show you that people actually do qualify. All these people are going to Dubai for the global rally. All expenses paid for them and their plus ones, ladies and gentlemen. And we also have those that are part of the executives that so we have people in Forever Living Southern Africa that are part of the global leadership team. So this means they get to sit on tables with the CEO, with the company executives, and influence the decisions that Forever Living makes. It's such a beautiful honor and privilege to know we've got people from Forever Living Southern Africa that represent us in these big global spaces that when it concerns Forever Living. We also have chairman's bonuses, ladies and gentlemen. Our guest speaker is going to share that with all of you as well, because she's qualified for everything in Forever Living. So a chairman's bonus is what you can call a 13th check in terms of employment language. So this is what you get over and above what you are earning. So all these people you are seeing here are going to Dubai, and they will be getting those 13th checks, ladies and gentlemen. And we also have the Eagle Manager Retreat, which is another international trip. And you know what is nice about the one that's going to be happening this year is that it will happen right here in our country, in South Africa, in Sun City. So people around the Forever Living world are excited to come to Sun City, to come in and experience Forever Living South Africa. And Sun City and the country, they are so excited, ladies and gentlemen. Again, for the sake of time, I will not be playing the video, and I will also not be sharing the requirements. You will get to learn all of that once you get started in the business. Now, in closing, who can join Forever Living? My answer is anyone. You don't need qualifications. You don't need a certain gender. All you need to do is to be over 18, of course. All the people that you are seeing here are all from different professions. Some of them don't even have matric, but they are building successful Forever Living business. And you might be then asking yourself, Khumo, I don't know if this is going to work for me. Or you might be saying, will it work for me? Or maybe you have doubts. I want to say to you that if you take it seriously, just like any new venture, time and effort is required. But if you're also coachable and you attend all the relevant training, it'll most definitely work for you. And if you commit the time required to be successful, it will definitely work for you. I also want to say, if you are self-motivated and you are willing to work closely with the person that introduced you to the business, it will definitely work for you. But you also need to be willing to think big, dream big. You also need to set goals for yourself and your family, because those goals are what will help you work towards the business. Again, our next speaker will share with you her goals and how she managed to take them through Forever Living. I also want to say, if you're going to commit to having your regular customers, building your team and developing them, I promise you it will work for you. But you also need to be prepared to tell everyone about the business opportunity and what you are doing, because if you're not going to talk about it, no one will know that you are in the business. And you also have to have a great attitude. There's a saying that your attitude determines your altitude. I'm here to say to you that a great attitude can take you to places that bad attitude will never take you to. Now, in closing, before I call my guest speaker, from what you've seen so far, if you are ready to get registered, book a planning session with the person that brought you into the business. They will help you to sign that form. They will help you register online. They will help you choose your stock and start using the products. And if you've got any questions, maybe you are not sure, then do get in touch with the person that invited you. They will ask you, you will ask them the relevant questions and they'll be able to answer you. But make sure you get your questions answered. Don't decide based on what you don't know. Ask those relevant questions. And also, if you are here and you are saying, I'm not yet sure, at least buy products. Start using the products for your own health and your own benefit and your family's benefit. So, ladies and gentlemen, from myself, Khumo Mwase, thank you so much. We are looking forward to welcoming you to our Forever Living family. I'm going to call our guest speaker, Nolufefe Dlamini, as she's going to share her slides with us, ladies and gentlemen. Nolufefe Dlamini is a mom, she's a wife, she's a chartered accountant, so she's a professional. And she's someone that I know built her forever living business part-time for over 10 years. So if you are in this meeting and wondering if it's possible, she's here to show you that it is possible. Nolufefe Dlamini, over to you. Thank you so much for agreeing to come and share your story with everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good morning, my leader. I'm trying to see my screen. I can still see you. I don't know
Okay,
if you can
so
see
I
my
can see your
screen.
screen. Maybe people on the comment section can let us know if they're able to see the screen. I'm able to see your screen on my side. It's just that you need to do what is this?
PowerPoint.
Yes, something play. What do they call it here in PowerPoint? Yeah, that play thing. You need to do the play thing expanded, but I can see on your side. Ladies and gentlemen, they are saying they can see the screen.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it nicely on my side. I just want to put it nicely.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I'm a bit nervous.
Oh
I
no,
think
you are
I
going to be
prepared.
amazing. We are looking
I
forward to
think
hearing your story. People must know that it's possible to build a successful, proper, forever living business part-time around your commitments and your career as a wife and as a mom. Your story is really inspiring, and I know they'll be inspired.
Thank you so much, Khumo. Before I start, I would like to thank our CSM for giving me this opportunity. My name is Nolufefe Dlamini, and I'm a forever business owner. As you can see, my credentials in forever, those are what I've achieved in the years that I've been in forever. But the big one for me, it's being number 9 top achiever for the year 2025 while I did my business part time. Why did I join Forever Living Products? I joined this business back in 2015. And when I joined the business, I was pregnant with my second child. I've got 3 children. So I was pregnant. I was around 30 years of age. And I needed a product because I had been told that I have rheumatoid arthritis, which is the arthritis that attracts your joints. So I was suffering from that, and I needed to take a break from the medication that I'm taking for rheumatoid arthritis. So after I joined, I used the product. If you can see my picture there, I was pregnant at that time, and I joined on the 16th of January. I always remember that date because it's very special to me. And I used the product. While using the product, I fell in love with the product, and I started thinking of, I'm on maternity leave, and I was a trainee at that time. So my salary had been cut to because I was in a learnership agreement actually as a psychiatrist trainee. So if you go on maternity leave for 4 months, you don't get paid by UIF, part of your salary, like other normal employees get paid. So I was getting paid 33% of my salary. So I needed that extra money. So I thought, why not sell these products? Because I've seen them working for me. So I started looking for that extra 3,000 rand because I'd lost part of my income. And then one day, which is the 3rd of June, there is a day when you join Forever, you sign the form. And there's a day when you decide to start Forever as a business. And on the 3rd of June, I went back to work. When I got back to work, I had left at home my son, who was going to turn 4 months on the 10th of June. And my son was exclusively breastfeeding. I'm not a, I don't know how to pump. I don't pump for all my children. They get the milk from mama. So when I was sitting there and my baby was hungry, I realized that I needed a Forever. I was in the WhatsApp group, and I had seen people making money. And I don't want to lie. After I joined, I kind of undermined the people that were in the business and their behavior. It just didn't sit well with me. I remember I used to just be confused. Why are people showing off money? Why are people sharing that they've bought cars, they are building? Are these people seeing money for the first time? Why all this excitement? But it wasn't until I started building the business. So being at work, I realized that the corporate environment is not for me. I realized that I don't want to be here. And it was not what I thought it is. So on that day, the 3rd of June, I took my phone and I called my sponsor and I said, how do I build a business out of this? So that's how I started. It was on the 3rd of June, and my sponsor told me what to do. And I remember I said to her, can I please leave the WhatsApp group? Because I was under pressure now. People are moving to supervisors. Some have joined after me, they're managers. And I felt like I'm a loser here. I'm not making any move. So I decided that please allow me to exit the group or remove me from the group. I'm going to build by myself. And I built my business because now I realized I had a big family. So I needed to be at home. I had 2 kids, no longer one child like the previous picture. So I then left the group and started building. Why am I mentioning this part? Sometimes you will feel overwhelmed around people who are winning. It's okay to take the tips and work with your sponsor closely and build your business. So that's what I did. And from that, I was a manager by the end of November 2015. So from the time I made a decision on the 3rd of June, by the end of November, I was a manager. Now, I want to mention something that happened for me after I'd made that decision. I remember in September, our HR, I was working for one of the auditing firms in Durban. Our HR called me and said the company is offering me a position to be a supervisor and I'm going to be a manager, but they want me to be a partner in the firm in the next 2 years. If you can go back to the news around 2015, 2016, in auditing, they were promoting Black females as partners. So I was going to be part of that program. And I had not made any money in forever, like no money. I think I had been paid maybe 2,000 to 1,000, just along those lines, nothing big. But I looked at the marketing plan, the same marketing plan that you saw leader Khumo presenting, and I thought this is big. If I can make 1,000 rand from the little that the 2 people that I have in my team, or from the commission that I can see where the money is coming from, what will happen if I put my time into this business? So I said no to that opportunity. I remember the HR manager turned red, where if you allow me to say, when a white person is angry, they turn pink. She was red. And she didn't believe that this young Black lady has just refused such an opportunity. And I said no, because I had seen the possibility with Forever. I had not seen the money in my own bank account. I've only seen other people winning, but I could see the possibility. So I left. At the end of November, so I signed out my articles. I had finished. I left the company. That was the end of my contract. Now, I want to show you how my life was before Forever. This was our house in Amanzimtoti. We had your typical, what do you call it, middle class house. And that's the car my husband bought me as an article clerk. We had our 2 kids and we were very comfortable. We thought we don't need more. Remember, I said I joined Forever and I looked down on the people who were sharing their money, but this was my home as a young professionals, as young professionals, because me and my husband are both professionals and we're still young at that time. Remember, this was 2015. So after I had signed off my articles, I started building my business full-time in 2016 and 2017. And from that full-time, I qualified for all the incentives. I went to other countries. I ticked all the incentives and I bought myself that car that you see there. It was, now I don't know if I still remember what car. It was a Mitsubishi something. I bought that car, but I remember when I bought that car, I wanted to buy an Audi Q3, and my husband said, "No, this business of yours, I don't trust it. What if you don't make money? I want you to buy a car I will be able to afford in case this business of yours," like he didn't trust my business. So he wanted me to buy a car that he can afford in case my business disappears. As much as he didn't say it that much, but I could see it. So I bought that car in my full-time years in 2016 and 2017. And then in 2018, I found work as a lecturer. And I want to highlight why I went back to work. Remember, end of November 2015, I just qualified. I just completed my articles. In fact, I still had board exams to write board 2, and I completed my board 2 end of November 2016. So I had qualified as a CA while doing Forever full time. And I felt like I've never worked as a CA in my life. And I just got this precious qualification and I've never used it. And my husband said, you will always feel like you should have done something with your CA. So I found a job and I worked as a lecturer from 2018. But now I want to take you on the travels that leader Khumo mentioned. So in 2016, I qualified for Dubai. At the end of 2017, you qualify. We are working now for Hong Kong, which is going to happen next year. So I worked in 2016 and I qualified for Dubai in 2017. So I went to Dubai in 2017. And also in 2017, I went to rock the boat, that beautiful picture that you see there. I also want you to take note of my husband's size. You can ignore mine on this picture and what you're going to see at the end of the presentation, because we also use our products. So we qualified for Rock the Boat in 2017, and in 2018 we had qualified in 2017. We went to Dallas, we went to also Phoenix, and in 2019 we went to Stockholm and Pattaya. And then in 2020 and 2021, it was locked down. We qualified for everything, but we did not travel. We were compensated for those. Forever paid us money because they said, sorry, you can't travel, but they paid us money. And then in 2022, we went to Abu Dhabi. We're actually laughing about it this morning in our managers group, saying that we actually went to Abu Dhabi during COVID, and some of us were locked down. Is it locked down? I don't know that thing where they used to lock you away in a room. Some were locked like that in Abu Dhabi. They were not allowed to come out of their rooms. In 2023, we went to Bali. In 2025, we went to the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic, it's where our aloe farms are. So we went for the first time in 10 years, we visited the aloe farms. That experience, it is life-changing. And I saw it not just it changes you spiritually, emotionally, your connection with the business, to see the aloe and how much aloe we have. It just changes your life. You see your future it's not limited. Your children's future is secured. So we went there in February 2025. And then in 2025, we also went to Paris. And in 2025, we also went to Phuket. Again, end of 2025, we qualified to go to the Dominican Republic. We just came back from the Dominican Republic in February 2026. And we are going to Dubai in April. What I have done also is I've built this business with my family. Most of us are building our businesses on social media. And people normally say, if you are recruiting, they will say, if you're making money in this thing, why don't you recruit your family? And I want to say to you, I trust Forever so much that I have built this business with my family. In the picture with children there, it's me and my cousin. My cousin is the very first person that I signed into this business. And I'm going to tell you the truth why she signed. She signed in May. I joined in January. She signed in May. So the very first person that I signed was how many months? 5 months into the business. That's when I signed the first person. And she felt sorry for me as much as she wanted the products for her mother, but she also felt sorry for me that I have not registered anyone into the business. And when you see us in that picture, she had qualified to go to Phuket and she went with her daughter. Her daughter is wearing glasses there next to me. She went with her daughter, and those are my 2 sons and myself. We're in Pattaya in 2019. So Forever gives you the opportunity to travel with your children if you want to, as a qualifier. So we travel with our children. I had 2 children at that time. And then on the next picture, it's my sisters. We are 4 girls at home, and all of us are managers in the business. But I want to just mention in passing about my sister with the dress, with the black and white dress with polka things there. That's my big sister. And she is one of the reasons why I wanted this business. I joined this business, and after I realized that people were making money, and even people who were not professionals, most of the people at that time were not professionals. I remember we had a story of a lady who used to say, from nanny to madam. I didn't know the lady now. Then I know her now. And I was like, my sister, maybe this can change her life. And my sister had worked as a waitress for 19 years. She's the firstborn of the family. Maybe she helped into us getting into school, and she ended up not going to school. So I wanted this business for her. And I am proud to say, as much as I'm not sharing her story, I'm sharing mine, but she's part of my story. Last year, she has qualified to go to Global Rally in Dubai as a chairman's bonus qualifier. So sometimes you can join this business to help your family who might not be privileged as you are. English is expiring. It's after 9 p.m. I would like to make this disclaimer. I hope I'm not moving too fast. Sadly, I can't see your comments because I'm using a new computer and I cannot see the comments in this computer. And I'm going to show my earnings in this as a way of inspiring you. I am not showing off. If it appears as if I'm showing off, please forgive me. I'm trying to show you the reality of this business, but I want to make this disclaimer. Individual results may vary. Forever makes no guarantees on income or success. Your success depends on your efforts, commitment, skills, and leadership abilities, and how effectively you exercise those qualities. And then it sends you to the disclosure in the Forever Living Products website. So if you need to drink a glass of water, please do so. I'm also going to take a sip. And I want to tell you that it took time and effort to get what you are going to see in the next slide. Please don't take a screenshot. As you can see that it's got my company name, my VAT registration number, and all the confidential information. What you see there is my biggest chairman's bonus. Chairman's bonus is what we collected last year in Paris. This was my share of the 2024 year-end profits. And this was my share. I received over 500,000 rand. I know people always ask, so as the Forever business owners, what do you do with tax? As you can see, I run my business as a PTY Limited. I'm a VAT vendor and I pay my taxes. I wish I could see your comments, but I can't see them. That's my bonus. That's my bonus on top of my monthly income. And in the next slide, I hope you did check the dates in the previous one. The date in the previous one was the 1505. And then the next slide, it's my monthly bonus. This is my average monthly bonus that I get from Forever Living Products. It is based on performance. And as you can see, without VAT, it is over 400 3,000 per month. And that's the money that I earn from Forever on an average basis. It can be more, way more, it can be less. But why I chose that month, I want you to see that in that month, in my bank account, from Forever Living product, I received in 1 month more than R1 million. That's my Forever income. That was for my May. That was the biggest I've ever received. It was last year in May, and I can promise you in May this year, it's gonna be more than this. Now, I would like to tell you that me and my husband are both highly qualified individuals. I did warn you that if at any point you feel like I'm showing off, please forgive me. I am not. I'm telling the truth. I'm sharing my story. And I'm a CA. My husband is an orthopedic surgeon. He's specializing in spines. He's got his own practice. And on a normal day, I would say maybe I don't need Forever Living products, but I always say I need Forever Living products for the sweet things, for the soft things in life, And this was me and my family. We were flying to Paris. Our firstborn is in boarding school, and it was not during school holidays for him, so we left him last year, and we were going to Paris, and my kids were flying business class. In fact, my daughter, because she started traveling me when she was 6 months old, she's the one who forced us to fly business class. It's very comfortable to fly business class. It's even sweeter when you do it with your children. Why am I sharing this, and am I sharing my profession? I'm sharing this for those who are professionals who may say that financially I'm okay. I don't need an extra 3,000 rand. What I want to say to you, you may not need it, but maybe you do fly. Maybe, I don't know if you fly business class, but I didn't fly business class before Forever. And it would not just be easy for me. I just paid our Dubai tickets now. They were close to 300,000 for the family. And on a normal day, my husband would not just, if he was the one who was bringing the more money as the orthopedic surgeon, I don't think he would just say yes to buying such tickets. But because Forever, the Forever business owners normally say Forever allows. And that's the lifestyle that Forever has given us. And this time around, I think we're flying to Phuket with my husband. The one picture we're flying business class, and the other one we're flying first class coming back from Phuket. And when we're going to Phuket, we're flying business class. And then on our way back, I think my husband felt bad that all this lifestyle is provided by Forever, and he upgraded us to the first class. Can you see my husband's, can I say body? Can you see, if you have an idea of the picture that you saw in the boat, he has lost more than 25, 22 kilograms since we joined Forever. And he's now a comrades runner. He started using the C9 twice a year. And from there, he continues, he improved his running, and he's now looking even younger than me, which is not fair. So that's the lifestyle that Forever has given us. Now, Forever is not an easy business. I put up these slides to tell you that as much as you have seen this, the 500,000 rand check that I got last year, in 2019, 2018, in fact, was one of my toughest times in Forever. My business dropped significantly, and I lost so many managers in my business and so many downlines, and I ended up profit sharing 6,000 something dollars. If you would see in the next slide that I've profit shared before, and this check of 6,000 is one of the checks that I love the most, because it means to me that I stayed when everyone else left me. What I want to say to you, be the last man standing in your business. If anyone leaves, it must not be you. You must stay. So I stayed and I got that check. And that check is the one that has led me to getting plus 500,000 check in 2025. I don't know the crazy check that I'm going to get in 2026 in Dubai. And then the 17,000, I think it's one of my big checks before the one that I got last year. I got it. We had COVID in 2020. And because we are in the health and wellness industry, my business was one of those who were not affected, because in my team, we are a group of retailers. We retail products in my team. I can assure you we survived COVID because our products were in demand and people were getting the help that they needed. I remember one of my customers said, I don't know how, I'm not going to say it nicely. If I say it in English, please allow me to tap into his Xhosa. She said, "Where's Kamela?" Someone can interpret in the comments. She said she was so struggling and she got berry nectar from me and immune blend and she was fine. So during COVID, we were making sales with my team and I profit shared that check, which was over 250,000 rand if you convert it. I mentioned that I've lost a team. And I remember in 2020 during COVID, I raised a manager and I thought that was going to be one of my powerful managers. She's a teacher. She was from Mount Frey. I remember she was fighting for her manager while she was going to theater to give birth, and she became a manager. And that was one of my presentation in Mount Frey, supporting her. And to tell you today, that manager is no longer in the business. So I want you to know that people are going to come and go, but you must stay. Building a manager is not easy. So when you lose the manager, you can lose an assistant supervisor, like they can buy boxes and disappear. Those ones, it's fine. But building a manager, you have built a relationship there. You know that 6% is not nothing. It's a lot of money. You're losing money, you lose the relationship. So it's quite costly, but you must not leave. So the manager left, I rebuilt my business, and that's the business that has led me to be number 9 in SADC today. These are the bonuses that I've received in Forever. You saw one that was $6,000 there, it is. So the previous year in Dallas, in 2018, I had received 14,000. Now imagine in 2019, I'm receiving 6,000. And then as you can see, it fluctuates depending on your performance. In there, you don't see 2024. And I did show you 2025. And I want to say that in 2024, in 2023, because the 2024, you get it in 2023, you get it in 2024. In 2022, my husband opened his private practice. So he left the government and he went into private, and I was supporting that, and there was nice money that was coming in. So I kind of let go of my Forever, which is why I did not qualify for a chairman's bonus at the end of 2023. I was lazy in 2023. I did not even recruit one person in 12 months. But I came back in 2024, and you can see the results that you saw in the check that I shared. Now, those are my bonuses. And I love that yard. I love showing that yard at home, because that yard that you see there with me wearing a yellow shirt, it is the yard that I built using profits. Do not undermine profits. I built that yard using profits from Forever Living products. So what I do, I challenge myself and I create a project with my profits. And I did that yard back in 2015 and 2016. And then one of the things that I've done with my Forever money, this is my home, Ekaya, not my children's home. This is where I grew up. And if you look closely in the second picture, the first house with the little face Brikanyana, that's my house. That's the house that I built for me and my husband to have our space to sleep in that house. I didn't update. I just made in Rewalam my own place now that I put a yard in it last year. And when I get time, I'm going to build my own home in my own rural area, and it's going to be built by Forever Living Products. So I am that rich aunt who's got a GLC, as you can see there, and it's financed by Forever Living Products. I think you saw my home when I started the presentation of where we started as a family. And this is now our current home. We moved from Amanzimtoti. If you are in Durban, but this is the side that is for people who have money. It's in the north. So we've moved now to the north. Yeah, the ocean, I can see it now. Like I'm sitting in my office now, I can see the ocean, even though it's dark there. So I've got a beautiful sea view. This is our home that is also partly financed by Forever Living Products. I hope my husband is no longer listening, but I remember when I wanted us to move from Toti, he said, "What are people going to say? They know if you are working in government, you cannot afford such homes." So this home is one of the things that pushed him to go into private, because yes, sir, but what are people going to say if he stays in such a home? They will say it's the wife that is working. So we moved this home, and Forever contributed a lot into this home. I've actually renovated this home. Last year, I spent a lot of money. These pictures are old. I've renovated that home. My kitchen looks amazing. My lounge looks amazing. My pajama lounge, the whole of downstairs has been renovated. Upstairs, part of it, and we're still going to renovate more. So that's what Forever has provided. I'm that wife. I did say I bring the soft things into the home because I decided to add Forever, not because we're broke, but because I fell in love with the products and I wanted to change my sister's life. And I'm adding the soft things into my life. This is just our home with our infinity pool. I wanted to show the infinity part of the pool in this picture. And those are our children. We've got 2 boys and one daughter. And my name is Nolufefe, and my cars are personalized as Ufefe D, Nolufefe Dlamini, and Unolu D. And I'm not paying for any of them. One was bought by my husband. My husband loves saying, "Hey, you can't do everything for yourself." So the blue one, my husband bought it for me, and the GLC Forever paid it in those car incentive that you heard about. And I bought this car in 2019, so I'm not paying a cent towards that car. That money that I get, which is the 14,000, because I'm a level 3 Forever to Drive qualifier, that 14,000, I do not pay it towards a car. It goes towards our investment. So I don't even need that 14,000. You decide what to do with that money, because my GLC is still brand new. I drive 2 cars. We have a total of 4 cars. My husband has his 2 cars. So I've got a car to use when I go buy bread, and I got a car to use when in Xhosa I would say, I don't know how to say that in English. And end of 2025, I finally resigned as a lecturer. I've been lecturing texts for one of the universities in KwaZulu-Natal, and I've graduated with masters while I've been doing my business. So in 2023, I got my masters. As you can see there, me graduating with my masters, and I've been running this business full time, and I've published from my masters. And this is for those who are busy. I've been busy for 10 years. When I showed you the first picture, I was pregnant with 1 child. So I've made children, 2 of them, and I've qualified as a CA while in the business. I've completed my master's. I've worked as a lecturer. I've published from my master's. So you have no excuse. You can do this business if you want to do it. I would like to appreciate my team. In these two pictures, we're in Drakensberg, and I've got, I don't know how many managers in my team, and I would like to just say thank you to them for trusting me to lead them. Some I no longer even lead because they have their own leaders, but I've worked with their leaders, and indirectly I have led them. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you. And in the first picture, we are outside, and the other picture that we're in the lounge, those were our my managers, new managers that most of them I raised in 2025. So I'm working very closely with those ones because they still need to get the baby milk to make it to be the big guns. I don't know if you can see some of the big guns in the first picture outside in Drakensberg. I have more, I have a lot. Some are not in these pictures. I would like to appreciate my sponsor, Unqobile Mseleku, and my team as a whole. I took this picture because this picture is not only showing my managers, but it's my whole downline that we're attending our year-end function in 2025. And I would like to say thank you to Ngobile for introducing me to this wonderful opportunity and for working with me throughout the years and taking me to where I am today. To anyone who is in this presentation today, I want to challenge you to take this opportunity if you have not joined, and join and see where it's going to take you. Learn and find out, research about it. Don't just listen to us. Do your own research about it. This is the best opportunity that I've ever seen. As I've said, we have a medical practice and we have Forever Living products. We have other businesses, but this is the best of them all. And I would like to thank everyone for joining in. Sadly, I couldn't see any of your comments, but thank you so much. I hope you are inspired.
Sure. Thank you so, so much, Mrs. Dlamini, for sharing with everyone. I think your story just brings a different narrative to Forever Living, that you don't need a sad story to join Forever Living. You don't need to be broke to join Forever Living. So thank you so much for sharing such an amazing testimony as to how you were comfortable in life, but Forever just really upgraded your life and that of your family, and not only yours, even your sister. This is to people that are in the meeting to say, this business is not only going to change your life, but it will also change the lives of people around you. So thank you so much for joining Nolufefe and I tonight. Do go to the person that invited you to the meeting, and they will share with you how you can get started. If you want to invite tomorrow, there's another session tomorrow at 8 p.m. Different speakers, different testimony. Just come in and listen so that you can be inspired and see how life-changing this business opportunity is. So thank you so much, everyone. Have yourselves a blessed evening.